All right, so now let's take a look at the stack, which is another collection which got its concurrent counterpart. So var stack equals new concurrent stack. Here it is. Let's have it a stack of integers, and then let's add a few elements. Now, stack is similar to a queue in terms of the API, but it does have one interesting feature. So I'm going to just push a couple of elements. Let's have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let me modify those. 2, 3, and 4. So to get the result, or let's actually start with peeking. So I'll have a result placeholder. If I want to peek at what's on the top of the queue, I can say if stack.tryPeek, just like we had with the queue, at result, if I manage to peek what's on top of the queue, meaning if the queue is not empty, then I can write line. So I can write line that the result is on top. At the moment we should have the value of 4 being on top. That's exactly what we have. Now to pop the element from the queue, once again you use the try variety of pop. So you say if stack.tryPop, and here you can out result, and if that succeeds then you can write line that you popped the result. So let's see how this goes. So we popped the value of 4 from the stack. And now, of course, here is the fun part. So essentially what you can do is you can try to pop not just a single element, but you can try to pop a range of elements from the stack. So not just a single element, but you can ask for any number. So in order to do this, though, you have to provide a placeholder, which is an array. So let's suppose I decide to pop 5 elements at the same time. Now, you know this is impossible because we have 4 elements. I already popped 1. There is only 3, but I try to pop 5 anyway. Let's see how the API goes. So I say, here are my items. I have a placeholder for 5 integers, and I want to pop those elements. So what I can do is I can say if stack.tryPopRange. So I can try to get a whole chunk of elements at the same time. I can say that I want items from the stack. I want to start at index 0, and I want exactly 5 of them, which is too many. So if I get more than 0, then I get to process them. So here is the interesting part. TryPopRange does not return a Boolean. It returns you an integer of how many elements you did in fact manage to pop. So we're not going to be able to pop 5 elements, but we will be able to pop 3. So essentially stack.tryPopRange on this scenario will return a value of 3, and I'm just checking whether we got any elements. So if we did try this and we popped 3 elements out of the 5 that we requested, what is the output? Well, let's actually find out. I'll put it in a string, so I'll have string.join, get all the elements and put a comma in between them. So that would be items.select, just get every element as a string, like so, and then let's actually output the whole thing. So I'll write line, popped these items, and let's put the text in here. So let's see what we actually managed to pop. Alright, so as you can see, we managed to pop 3, 2, 1, and the other 2 elements are 0. So as you may have guessed, what really happened is we went into the stack and we tried popping the elements. So we popped 1, 2, 3, and we wrote them to the array, and the other elements are simply the default values of the array cells that haven't been initialized to anything, so they are in fact 0. So that's one interesting twist on the concurrent stack, but apart from that you can see the pattern here. So instead of peek and pop, you have try, peek, and try pop. They return a Boolean that you can check on whether the operation succeeded or not.